there's some kind of group, some kind of, I don't want to say brotherhood, but there's some kind of camaraderie between the people in this spiritual group, right? Interesting. Jericho by Aniko just came on the playlist. Look up the lyrics of that song, okay? For those of you that are spiritual warriors, it'll resonate. Five of Pentacles over the Chariot. Interesting. What about that, Spirit? The Ace of Swords. This is the truth. Huh. For the ones that are on the outside of this group that could be funding it or creating the solid foundation, perhaps it's something as simple as they are the property owners of the estate where you practice. For those of you that I was sensing, this might be gathering somewhere on private property. This could be about the providers of the space. This could be about a venue. This could be about, I don't know. I'm picking up on lots of different things. But Ace of Swords is about the truth here, okay? And we were talking about in the beginning that some kind of character here, some kind of cold, calculating person, hurt the group in some way and took off. They left it. They caused all kinds of slander, gossip, some kind of destruction of the community that was just very hurtful. And it seems like you're looking to reinvest in a new way here. And this Ace of Pentacles, this is a gift, this is a blessing, this is a new start, and you're headed towards it here victoriously. However, there's a lot of emphasis here on a lack mentality or on wounds of the past that have made you feel like you're not worthy or you're not enough. And that's not necessarily a specific message, but some people in the group might be feeling that way. It's possible that whoever got hit with this gossip and slander the most is having a hard time recovering. It's possible it's this Three of Wands, Queen of Wands energy over here. Okay, it's possible they were the one that received the worst of it, and they're also one of the contenders as a potential leader in your group. And this is the truth here with the Ace of Swords. It's also some kind of clarity, understanding, and I'm not saying that that person isn't capable of leading, but there is a lot they seem to be going through. So depending on when you want to initiate this group, when you're ready to make your decision, I'd say it seems like this Emperor or Queen of Cups, High Priestess is already ready for the position or already in some kind of place of leadership. Or it's possible this could also represent a mentor over here who is looking to guide and lead and prepare this Three of Wands energy, Queen of Wands energy for their position. That would, I'm getting chills, confirmation for some of you. It is possible that you've already made your decision on this person. You already want this person to lead, this Queen of Wands. And they are a new contender, but they're going through a lot. And it seems like they do have somebody over here mentoring them for the role. Role? Wow, interesting. The role. The rule. Song Bloody Witch just came on, by the way. The rule. Interesting. For some of you that this is more than just a coven. There, like I said, there's kind of some kind of hierarchy, structure, something I'm not supposed to talk about. But Spirit wanted y'all to know some kind of rule. Perhaps this has to do with spiritual laws. Perhaps this has to do with the 5D, not the 3D. And it all starts here in this one place. So as far as your decision in your group and your business, that's up to you. Is there anything else Spirit can tell us about this Ace of Swords, this truth, this clarity, and this Five of Pentacles energy? The Three of Swords. What about the Three of Swords, Spirit? The Lovers. This feels like it's starting to go down another thread, a little bit more personal thread. So as far as the groups go, I'm just going to say thank you so much for stopping by. If you'd like to keep listening to the message and see what else comes out, by all means, stay. But I think I'm going to switch decks here and follow this thread and read more into this Queen of Wands energy, because I'm feeling a strong pull. I feel like the other groups over here did receive what they needed to know. If you didn't, then by all means book a personal and I'd be happy to expand. Alright, so let's see here. This could be about some kind of heartbreak, some kind of union. It's possible that this person that ghosted the group broke this person's heart. It's possible they were partnership, but they were not compatible, for whatever that means. I feel like this group wants to know more about this Queen of Wands. And I feel like now we're shifting, I don't want to say paradigms, but we're shifting gears here. We're not so much focusing on the group, but more a kind of mentor-student situation here. So this might get a little more specific. We'll see. We'll see. Let me just pull one or two more cards from the Cosmic, and then I got to switch the deck up, all right? This song is called What Happens When You Turn the Devil Down. Interesting. That's possible. That is possible. What happened here is that this King of Swords tried to have some kind of relationship with the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands denied this King of Swords for whatever reason, and then the King of Swords retaliated. It possibly destroyed the integrity of the group, and when they left, they made a huge scene, caused a lot of chaos, and now you're trying to rebuild. That's for some. What else could you tell me about that, Spirit? The Three of Pentacles. Okay, some kind of collaboration or third-party situation. This could have involved 3 people. I don't know what that has to do with. I don't really think that we need to read on that. But let's see what else Spirit has to say about this Three of Pentacles. The Two of Swords. I'm getting that this Queen of Wands blocked a third-party situation, and that's all I'm going to read into that. So it seems like this Queen of Wands has integrity. I don't know what the King of Swords situation is, and I'm not going to read into it. That's not how I do over here, unless it's absolutely necessary for protection to read into it, okay? So, yeah, there's some kind of block here that this Queen of Wands put up in this collaboration or this third-party situation. I'm getting the Fool. Yeah, this is a new beginning. This is a new journey. And you got the Chariot here, so this is a very victorious journey here. After a hard time, it's a leap of faith. It could also be a leap of faith for this group to assume this person into power. But, you know, I'm picking up a side message that this King of Swords tried to take this Queen of Wands power, and it's divine justice for her to rise into power because of it. What can we say about this King of Swords and their justice, Spirit? The Prince of Swords. It's coming in swift. It's coming in quick through some kind of message. There is some kind of divine balancing that will be happening for this King of Swords. It's possible it's coming from a messenger from somebody in the group that is a little bit younger than them. Yeah. They're going to receive their divine justice one way or another, and that messenger could be Spirit. I'm not going to read more into it, but just know that justice will be served. And yes, it would be divine justice to raise this Queen of Wands into power. But it seems like there's already a High Priestess or Emperor, or both. It could be the Emperor and the High Priestess. Which, it's interesting actually, because this High Priestess is also the Magician. And for those of you that know tarot, that is the most magical, epic, divine spiritual partnership, it doesn't get more divinely, spiritually powerful than that. Okay? So, if that's one person, wow. Wow, I just got chills. You are one powerful energy, we're just gonna say, because I don't even know. This could be the divine training this person. If we pull the Empress, that will confirm it for me. Do we pull the Eight of Cups? Interesting. Tell me more about... Oh, never mind, I get it. They're telling me to walk away. Alright, I'm not going to expand on that. Eight of Cups card, walk away. I'm going to walk away from that. I'm going to heed the warning. So we're not going to read too much into that energy. All I'm going to say is it's either somebody who's in an extremely powerful position, or it is a partnership of two divine beings that are in partnership that actually lead this group, who are looking to mentor this person to come into some kind of position of power with this group and restore divine justice and balance upon it. Yeah, I just pulled the Temperance card. I mean, that confirms what I just said, because Temperance is the card of balance and divine intervention. Wow. And also, for those of you that resonate with the archetype of an earth angel, that represents an earth angel. So this energy, or this Queen of Wands, is potentially an earth angel. This is divine energy we just tapped into. This is a higher spiritual group. And I feel like I'm going to pull one more card and then switch the decks. The Six of Swords. Yeah, it's moving into calmer waters. There is a balance, a sense of harmony. So this Justice card over here, you know, we were talking about that. I'm going to pull from the Luna Editions Ethereal Visions deck, and at the bottom of the deck is the Strength card. No joke, right? This is some strong, potent, powerful energy. And then the Queen of Cups also at the bottom, and the Sun. Wow. And the Knight of Wands. And the Chariot of the Devil. Five of Wands. Alright. Yeah, okay. Someone's going to try to fight this. They don't want to see this person rise. And it's interesting because we're pulling both the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands energy. Eight of Pentacles. Something is being worked on here. It's possible somebody is working on stopping this from happening. So just, you know, put up your protections. What can you tell us about this Knight of Wands over here and the Devil? Five of Wands. Five of Cups. Yeah, it's somebody who is in regret, who is upset. Just like this Five of Cups. Just like this Queen of Wands was. Somebody is very upset. They want to retaliate, it seems. They don't want to see this person shine. They want to stop you from moving forward on any of your plans with the Two of Wands card. Or they have been working on a plan for a while. Who is this energy spirit? Whoa, the cards just flew themselves out. And, oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. First of all, the card we pulled was the Ten of Wands. So whoever this person is a burden. Or they have huge burdens on their back. Or they are about to let down some burdens. For some of you, I heard they are about to start a battle that they can't win. And it's interesting because the cards just flew off to the side. The Empress, Judgment, the Well, Nine of Swords, King of Pentacles. What was I just saying about the Empress? Spirit's apparently got an answer here with the Justice card. Okay, so this whatever this Queen of Wands has been through, you might resonate with one of the last readings about the Empress about this divine feminine energy, whatever they went through made them the Empress. I feel like you could be connected to that divine feminine energy. And that was a very sacred divine union reading, the last two readings we did. Those are in the description box. I also always link the last reading in full form that we did with every new quest, so you can check out the week before at the end if you make it to the end. Anyways, so yeah, this person is very much underestimating this Queen of Wands, who is now also an Empress. So this person is actually ready to lead, and they got justice over them. So this is their divine justice, and there is judgment upon the person that is trying to take from this person and cause this kind of chaos. It is going to keep them stuck in their head with the Nine of Swords. And some kind of official change, authority figure is going to put the hammer down and put a stop to this. With the King of Pentacles, I feel a very strong, solid force coming through that is not going to tolerate this. So this Empress slash Queen of Wands in this group, they have some kind of serious form of defense. And this person, this energy, this King of Swords slash Knight of Wands character is not going to be successful. And actually, this brings us back to the cards. Let me just clear the table here a little bit. In the beginning, we pulled all that fire, right? We pulled the Seven of Wands, which is protection. It also represents divine protection, and that's the first card to come out in the spread. So this group over here, who is in the right, who is being integral, who has some kind of spiritual authority, is protecting, and they will be victorious, or they have been victorious in the past and will be again. This is a new journey. Sure, they're all a little wounded, or this person's a little wounded, but it seems like whoever the spiritual force is, or this group, they're protecting this. In fact, it seems like they've already decided that this is their ruler. Remember, we came up with rule earlier? Ruler. Seems like justice is on its way, and this energy over here that is trying to create some strike against this group or person is only causing harm to themselves, and also they're under judgment by the divine. We got judgment twice over that energy. If you don't know what divine judgment and justice is, I suggest you not dabble with spiritual matters that you know nothing about. Yeah, I just pulled the Two of Swords. Perhaps you're not supposed to have that kind of information or access. In fact, you know, I've heard, and this is going to stir some feathers, let me tell you, I have heard that if you continuously ignore the divine's warnings, and you'll know them if you are spiritual and you are in tune, whatever you use your abilities for, the divine will put you at a crossroads. They will block you. They'll give you a chance to make a decision, but at a certain point, they're just going to stop you. And I have heard that for some people or energies that continuously ignore the divine's warnings, do you know what happens to those people? Other than the karmic justice of receiving back every single action they took against the people that they are receiving justice for. Some of them lose their gifts. That's from the divine. Ask yourself, is it worth it to you? What are your gifts? Perhaps you should focus on honing those instead of trying to destroy other people's positive outcomes. Because it seems like whoever this energy is, it's kind of a dark masculine and not in a sexy way. This is somebody who is prideful, arrogant, jealous, petty. They may come across as very intellectual, but they're actually really fiery, immature, in and out, not consistent. Sounds like they weren't actually a very good leader, and I know I'm going to piss some people off, but if you are this energy and you're listening, this is the divine putting you in your place. Has nothing to do with me. I am just a divine messenger. That's kind of different. And know that, yes, I am protected, so watch it. What else can we say about this situation? Some kind of advice for the group, for the other people involved who wanted to know more about this Queen of Wands. What can we tell you? The High Priestess. I mean, are you kidding me? Wow. Dude! The High Priestess. Did you just hear what the song said? This person is in for a ride. Nine of Swords is right. Man, you screwed up, buddy. Just take your freaking judgment with a grain of salt and just go crawl into the hole in which you came out of and, you know, try to like butterfly that, you know, cocoon yourself, rebirth, perhaps go into hermit mode and work on yourself like these other divine energies have in order to be in this High Priestess energy. Death. I just pulled Death card. Are you kidding me? Change. Transformation. An end to one thing, beginning to new. What did I just say? It's kind of like I'm psychic. The Three of Swords. Stop trying to betray people. You're only betraying yourself. There are so many people out there who are in these sob stories and, oh, the world is terrible to me and this and that, and they just get so caught up in their narratives they don't actually know what reality is. They just keep spinning mistruths and getting people caught up in the drama, and really all they're doing is exerting energy, and most of the time these people are energy vampires. I'm getting that strongly from this individual, especially with the Knight of Swords, or excuse me, wow, Knight of Swords. Spirit just like demoted you. Ouch. Well, Three of Swords, you know, you get what you put out there, and if you're trying to destroy people and break hearts, guess what's going to happen to you? Karmic law of equivalent exchange is totally real. It's a universal law. Also, you know, on a side note, for those of you that need a manifestation tip, I see people make this mistake a lot, and it's nothing personal. I myself, when I first started off with the craft, didn't understand the universal laws. It took me a couple years before I started to integrate them into my practice. And I had to learn my own karmic consequences when I was new, when I was a page. You know what I mean? So, when you are manifesting, or you are, say, returning to sender to protect yourself, or you are calling something in, never, ever, ever say 10 times or 3 times 3. The only time that is just and fair is when the universe declares it to be just and fair because you have accumulated good karma to receive extra back. Does that make sense? Or if you accumulated more bad karma and you deserve to receive extra back. That is the only time. But unless you have the decree and the spiritual authority to declare justice and judgment upon others, which is rare, and for those of you that know what I'm talking about, know what I'm talking about. Those of you that don't, this is not your message, and that's okay, darling. I hope you're enjoying the quest either way, all right? But it's not something to be taken lightly. So the law of equivalent exchange goes as you put out and you get back. It's pretty much the law of karma and dharma, right? Whether it's good or bad or neutral, whatever energy you put into something is what the universe is going to give back. That's not a sentiment. That is an energetic exchange. So when you say, I want this to happen and receive 10 times back, sure, you can receive 10 times back. But know that when you receive 10 times back, if you are not equal to that 10th time back, you will actually have something taken from that you already have to bring that abundance into fruition tenfold. Does that make sense? So therefore, if you are manifesting something, you say an equal exchange to that which I am putting out there, right? So if you are doing return to sender work for protection's sake, right? Especially those of you that deal with spiritual warfare, and we're going way woo-woo with this now. If you cast a return to sender 10 times back in strength to that which it's sent, you are causing 10 times the harm back to that person. Whether you think they deserve it or not, the universe knows what is just and fair, and it will balance those scales. So remember that you will accumulate negative karma, we'll call it, if you cast more than what was sent back to you. The best way to deal with that is to just not accept the energy. Don't return, just transmute. Transmute, you learn how to actually work with your power, and that is when you become a true alchemist. Okay? So I felt like that was necessary for those of you that are new to manifesting, that are new to the craft, that even practitioners who have been doing it for years don't always work with the universal laws. And I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm here as a guide. I'm here as a spiritual teacher. So if you don't like what I have to say and you want to keep up your practices, then by all means, do things the way you want to do them. Just understand that this isn't something I've decreed. This is something the universe decreed. Okay? Alright, Spirit, is there anything else you want to say about this? I kind of feel like I want to move on from this message. I don't think there's really anything else to gain from this, except, though they don't want me to tap into this Emperor, High Priestess, Magician energy, whoever's the actual leader of this group or the mentor. Is there any advice we can give this or these energies? The Ace of Swords. Oh, twice in this reading. Chills. The truth. This is the truth. Perhaps they're just backing what I'm saying. If they are High Priestess, Magician, Emperor, then they know exactly what I'm talking about. This is the truth. Everything I just said about manifesting, about equivalent exchanges, I hope you all have complete clarity. And also for those of you that are struggling with manifesting, this is a side message that I'm starting to channel in. Those of you that are struggling with believing in it and are tempted to ask for more in hopes to get more faster, again, remember, if you cannot redivert your assets to make something work, then you need to find a way to build more assets to work around, so to speak. That could be energetic or mundane, okay? That's just... we'll call it energetic, appropriate organization. I don't know. I don't know. It's a formula. Just take it or leave it. So it's kind of like ingredients. You know that you have to put a certain amount of flour in a cake. You have to put a certain amount of eggs. You have to put a certain amount of sugar. And depending on the flavor of the cake, you have to put a certain amount of that in there. And while you definitely can add 10 times the sweetness to a cake, and you can make it your own thing, and you can get more sweet, you can get more sugar high, whatever. You can do that, but is it what the cake actually needs? No. Also remember that what you demand more of, it may actually take from you. So don't go draining yourself either, trying to cast these grand plans, but having no way of actually physically executing them. Just pull the Six of Swords. All right. So we're going to move away from this message. That is the divine saying that remember what keeps you in balance, and also that they are guiding you through this process. Always call upon the divine if you need guidance in your craft. And also the same applies for Christians and other spiritual folks. This doesn't have to be pagan, but it seems like this particular group I was picking up on today is. And I hope that I was able to include you more, because it seems like, you know, us pagan folk don't always get read on unless it's about some kind of drama. And it doesn't always have to be drama. It doesn't always have to be politics. You know, really, for those of us that are in it, to be in it for spiritual connection and expansion and growth of consciousness, are in it for the expansion of that, right? Not for material gain. Though for those of us that know, when you are manifestors, or you are pagan and you cast spells, or you're a prayer warrior and a Christian, you are asking for something. And unless you take physical steps towards actually obtaining that thing you're asking for, all you're doing is hoping and praying and wishing, right? So just be like really clear on what you want, and the best way to do that is to visualize it before you actually take action. But if you only visualize, well, yes, that is a form of mental witchery that you can do for manifesting. You still have to ground your plan into some kind of sense of reality. We had this King of Pentacles twice over here. Yeah, some of you are master manifestors and you know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't think I need to explain that much further. But for some of you, there is some kind of, you need to ground yourself more in order to obtain that which you want to bring into the physical. Okay? Because we all can exist in the 5D all the time, and unless you're a channel like me, it's not good to always be. And even I, as a channel who works with the spiritual, has human time. You know what I mean? Like, it's about balance and temperance. We were talking about that earlier. Okay? Is there anything else you'd like to add to the spirit? And then I think we might pull a card from one of my oracle decks and maybe read into that psychically. So we got a lot of cards on the table here, let me tell you. I think we will wrap this up very soon. Oh yeah, definitely wrap it up soon. Okay. For those of you that stuck through, thank you so much. You really rock. Like, definitely leave a let's leave a sword emoji in the comments if you you resonate with this super magical message today.